Oh, that speech had so much potential. A guy stuck in prison, crazy people, Dominion. I love Dominion. And then, bam, redemption.
Louis, this isn't about us. It's about Manny.
Manny? Who the brimstone is Manny?
Manny? He's our MC. We forgot about Manny!
Oh my God. Manny. Buddy.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
All right.
He's been awful quiet.
I hate to say this, but you're right.
Okay. Yes! We still have uses. Thank you.
Thank you. I owe you one.
Now, Manny, we'd really like to see you put in some more effort. So, do you think you could put in a little extra effort for me?
Just do it for me.
Good enough. Blake Johnson.
I love fruit salad, and I love kiwis. I do not, however, like kiwis in my fruit salad. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out why people would willingly choose to skin kiwis, chop them up, and dump them in a bowl. It makes absolutely no sense. Who thinks that adding mutilated birds to a fruit salad will improve the dish? Please extend to me the benefit of your doubt that I won't bore you as I talk about kiwis, that cute little cotton ball with a beak New Zealand avian. Here are some interesting ornithological facts about the kiwi. Fact number 1, unlike most birds, kiwis do not live in trees. They hide themselves underground. The reason for this is simple. They're flightless. Their frames lack the required keel and sternum to allow for flight. Also, their wings are shamefully undersized. Fact number 2, like Dungeons and Dragons nerds, kiwis are nocturnal creatures. Fact number 3, in broad daylight, the kiwi boasts an impressive 2-foot depth of vision. If you were to stand 2 feet in front of a kiwi, he might even wink at you. If you were to stand 3 feet in front of a kiwi, he might fart without hesitation, believing that he is utterly alone in the universe, and assuming that kiwis are capable of flatulence. Because kiwis are nocturnal, their vision improves at night. They can see up to a whopping 6 feet away. Because of their poor vision, kiwis rely on their sense of smell to help them hunt for food. Underground construction, poor eyesight, and an acute sense of smell suggest that kiwis are closer to moles than birds. Fact number 5, kiwis are monogamous. They believe in love at first whiff, so it's not unusual for them to be together for over 20 years. So why am I telling you all of this? Why am I filling your heads with useless information that might not even help you win a game of Trivial Pursuit? Well, I have an interesting story that involves me, kiwis, and anti-terrorism. As an 11-year-old, I was obsessed with kiwis. Part of my obsession required that I spend hours of my time on the internet reading and learning about the bird. Inevitably, I began to wonder what it would be like to own a kiwi. Where would an 11-year-old go to buy a kiwi? Well, he'd go to eBay, of course. Which is exactly what I did. Surprisingly, with a few simple clicks and my mother's credit card, I had purchased 12 of my very own kiwi eggs. I really do love the internet. The eggs arrived a couple of days later, but unfortunately, they never hatched. But don't worry, it's not the end of my story. About 6 months later, a black SUV with tinted windows and government plates roared down my driveway. A woman in black and sunglasses stepped out the vehicle. My brother Caleb and I had seen enough movies to know that we needed to prepare to defend our home. Caleb sharpened a stick at both ends. I hid under the bed. My mother met the woman. She opened her wallet to reveal credentials from the United States Department of Agriculture and asked to speak to Reen Johnson concerning the purchase of exotic bird eggs. My mother identified herself, making sure to mention her status as a lawyer, and welcomed the woman into our home. The woman interrogated my mom for about an hour before leaving certain that Reen Johnson of rural Pennsylvania was not a terrorist mastermind plotting an apocalyptic release of avian flu. She was merely the mother of a disturbed and sneaky 11-year-old boy named Robert Blake Johnson, who just wanted a few kiwis to keep him company. For years, we believed the kiwi incident to be behind us. However, about 2 years ago, an unfairly handsome young man and his family attempted to board a plane from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Austin, Texas. While attempting to check in for the flight, Robert Blake Johnson was informed by airport security that he was, in fact, on the no-fly list. Looking back on that day, I have to laugh at the irony. My bizarre infatuation with a flightless bird had unexpectedly rendered me equally flightless. Over the years, I've learned a lot about the kiwi, but before I step away from this podium, I would like us all to take a moment to learn something from the kiwi. Despite its rather low stature amidst the majestic ornithology of the world, the kiwi can help us realize some of the folly in the human world. Like the kiwi, how many times do we only see what's immediately in front of us? Probably more often than we would like to admit. That USDA agent probably could have probed a little further into the situation before rushing out to our home. Those TSA agents might have considered investigating a little more into the criminal likelihood of a 15-year-old boy, no matter how good-looking he really was. No, unlike the kiwi, many of us never develop a secondary sense to help us understand the world. Yes, the flightless, nearly sightless bird may be an easy target for ridicule, but there really is a lot to admire about the way they go about their lives. They don't let physical deficiencies limit themselves. They simply adapt. What? These stumpy little wings won't get us off the ground? Not a big deal. We'll just burrow our way underground and live in tunnels, occasionally arising from the soil in zombie-like grace. What? We can't see that well? Whatever. We'll just develop nostrils at the end of our long beaks and sniff our way through life. Maybe that's why I've always had this weird fascination with kiwis. No matter what bizarre traits they possess that set them apart from the majority of their feathered brethren, they accept themselves. And they're not alone. Every kiwi manages to find another that likes them for who they are. The ability to adapt, comfort with our design, long-lasting friendships. We should all be so lucky. Thank you.